Hey everyone, Egman here with another video, and my first, I guess, Series 9. It might be kind of early to talk about Series 9 stuff, but it's really easy to because there's this new Red Goku leader, which has just in general, it has a lot of good traits for a bunch of archetypes, and we're going to talk about it today. So, yeah, so this is the Star Deck one from Series 9. It is a red Son Goku who's also Universe 7, and he has critical on the front side and Warriors of Universe 7, and then also so this has a really unique awaken condition. So when you have a Universe 7 card in play with 25k power or more, all your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 2 cards and flip this card over. You can, which is pretty ding dang easy to do. And just means that you can awaken very early. You have a 10k crit on the front side, and on the back side you have a 15k crit, which is really good for being aggressive and kind of like poking your opponent, being very annoying. And then also, it's auto when this card attacks, draw 1 card, then choose up to one of your Universe 7 cards in your battle area and gets plus 5k power for duration of the turn. That's less important, but just the fact that on like a essentially on turn 2, you have a 15k crit that's going to start swinging on your opponent every turn. That's really good. It lets you get into just your opponent's life. They make, really get card advantage ramping on your side, especially since you draw 2 when you awaken. And it just lets you be very aggressive, and your opponent's going to be on the back foot for a lot of the game, really. So how do we get that? So the 2 cards that, so the big combo is with Familiar Bonds. So this is a desire that came out back in set 7. It has activate main. If your leader is red, choose up to 1 red Saiyan card in your drop area with an energy cost of 3 or less and 15k power or less, and play it. If you played a card, choose up to 2 Dragon Balls from your deck, add them to your hand, then shuffle your deck. And so this card's, I'm surprised this hasn't been used more, but red leaders are pretty underused right now. But just this card's fantastic, being able to not only get a card, but you also go +2 in card advantage with Dragon Balls. And I know we're not using a Dragon Ball leader, but we can use these 4-star balls. These are great for a lot of reasons. First, just being able to get like +2 cards in hand that are just free for combos, that's fine. But so this says active battle, choose up to one of your battle cards or leader cards, it gets plus 5k power for duration of the battle, and if a skillless battle card gains an additional plus 5k power for duration of the battle. Which means that since these are extra cards, they don't combo, right? Essentially what they do, instead of giving like the combo cost of something, they give the actual power to it for duration of the battle. So if you use Familiar Bonds, get back either this Gale Strike Vegeta or this Burst Attack Gohan, then you can swing with it. You can use 2 4-star balls to get it up to 25k, and then you can awaken with your leader right there. So that's just the main idea, and you can obviously do this on turn 2, and then you have a 25k crit going into your opponent's lead. You get to awaken, which means that you get your leader to do this as well, and it's just like a really good start for the for your game and just the game plan moving forward. So that's like the main idea. So we're running 3 Gale Strike Vegetas and 4 Burst Attack Gohans. Hopefully that's the right amount of number for that. You really need to see either first I guess you need to find 2 4-star balls, which really easy. With Familiar Bonds, I think is the most important card you need to find, and then you just need to make sure you find one of the Gale Strikes or Burst Attacks after that. So hopefully it's not too difficult to do that. I haven't tested this a bunch, but when it's a pretty easy card to find. And then from there, another thing. So that's kind of like how you start the deck, and then the end condition of this deck is with the Super Saiyan Super Saiyan Force Son Goku. Both of these, like we just use determined Super Saiyan Son Goku is kind of like the end game kind of condition. So this one, it's a 15k crit, which is fine already. But you can get this out with Familiar Bonds, so you get to cheat it out for 1 energy. And then if your life is at 4 or less, you can increase this into a 2-drop or to a 5-drop, which means you can combo out to this triple flash. So that's kind of just like a big condition there, being able to go from Familiar Bonds into this guy, and then if you have them out, and if this swings with 40k power or more, and we do have it is eroded, we have to have a red Saiyan leader, which we do have with our Son Goku. They can't activate counters during battles when this is attacking. So we're also running a lot of these combination attack pans. We can just play these for free as long as we have a Son Goku with 25k power or more, which is very easy. And then once per turn, we can choose one of our Son Goku GTs or Trunks GTs, and it gains plus 5k power for duration of the turn. So being able to use this to pump up our triple flash into 40k range, that's really all we need, and we get a really powerful triple strike that can't be negated. So there's that. Really good kind of combo end condition there if we meet it. and then some additional things to get us there. So first, Afterimage Technique. Something to consider about this card is that it does give your cards a pump. So if you have like, let's say you just have like a Gale Strike Vegeta out, and then they swing in, you can use Afterimage Technique to give it to Gale Strike Vegeta, and then you can awaken that because it's it's going to get the boost. So you have a 55k Universe 7 card out, which means your leader's condition can be met. So that's just like a really on top of everything cool thing. In case you don't see Familiar Bonds, you can do this on turn 3, assuming that you get Gale Strike out on turn 2. But yeah, just like an alternate way to awaken there. Our super combo is the Backbone of Universe 7 Son Goku. I'm not sure if we want to run this one or the Sparking one, just because you could kind of get stalled out. We don't really care what our life is at in this deck as much, so I could see some merit of running the Sparking one instead. But I mean, having 5 or less life isn't a big deal in this deck. So if it was a 4 or less, I probably would almost go Sparking, but 5 or less is kind of tricky. And honestly, people kind of forget that this one is a 5 or less one, so this is nice. And also, like a little cheesy, you can use it with Familiar Bonds and get it back too. But I like this card, so we're running 4 of him. What else are we doing? So I guess like the other thing, so we're running some red yellow stuff strictly for Almighty Resistance. This card is fantastic, being able to, so if your leader card is red and you choose one of your yellow cards in your hand, place it in a drop area and negate this counterattack skill. So if we're really just going in for game, since we're putting on a lot of pressure on your opponent and we want it to, we have like a double strike in hand, we're swinging with leader, they might be trying to, play negate to get around it, or there's some like really expensive gate, counterattack negates like Topo, for example. They're trying to play those cards, but we can use Almighty Resistance. We'd have to drop a yellow card in hand, which isn't too tough. We have like a bunch of cards that can be stuck in hand, especially Master Roshi, Forged of Will. This card is fantastic because we also, since we're Warrior of Universe 7, this can be paid with any energy that we have, so we can just have this and plop it down. We're also running Whis the Spectator just for some red-yellow stuff, and also Super Saiyan Force and Goku Heartfelt Plea. This is also good, so an extension of the combo that we're doing. So we need to have a 25k red card to awaken, which is like the exact same condition for this guy. So you can just get this out on turn 2 super easy with a combination of 4-star ball, and then so like let's say we bring out Gale Strike Vegeta, we swing with it, 15k. That's done, and then on our leader's attack, we swing with it. We pump up. So what you can do is that you can use 4-star ball to pump up anything. It doesn't say like choose up to one of the attacking cards or defending cards. It just says choose up to one of your battle cards or leader cards. So we can use our 2 4-star balls, which you got for free from Familiar Bonds. Put it on our Gale Strike Vegeta that's in rest mode right now, and then we can just awaken, awaken, flip it over, and then we can use Son Goku to pop the Gale Strike Vegeta and bring this 30k out, triple strike out with also offering. So that's just a lot of pressure on like turn 2, and we just really set up for more pressure the next turn. Like they're not going to be able to get rid of this card too without investing a lot of things. It's a 30k, dang it. And if you want even more pressure, you can just drop Triple Flash. And if we have like 1 red energy left, we can drop Triple Flash. We get we'd plus 2 cards as well, which is great, and we just go from there. So. That's like just the other pressure that this deck has. On the last cards we haven't talked about, we've got Champa, because of course we have so much critical stuff going on that using Champa is fantastic. Burst Attack Gohan is fantastic on by himself, being able to just draw 2 cards if we have make sure our hand is fixed enough to have 4 or less in hand. Let's see. And then Mirror, Create, Absorb. Since we're playing with Almighty Resistance, being able to just drop this down. Like, essentially, if we have them at 2 life left, if we can, it's going to cost 4 energy instead of what it used to cost, like 3, with Bad Ring. But still, like 4 energy is not too expensive, and being able to just drop this, swing in with 100, 100k. Double strike and them not being able to do anything is really just enough to win the game for you. So this is just pretty good with Almighty Resistance, and it's not very surprising that that's the case. So that's the main deck, and the cards I've considered. Some potential additives. Ready to Fight Son Goku. You can kind of run this card. I don't think it's super good, but since we're doing Warrior of Universe 7, I think like so the idea for Bandai is that you run this red blue. And like this is the card you use to awaken with it. because you know, auto, when you play this card, it gets plus 10k power, and you can't play non-universe 7 battle cards for duration of the turn, so it becomes a 26k by itself. And then when your opponent plays a card, battle card, you may return this card to its owner's hand. So this card's just alright in itself. Like, it's a Kickstarter for your thing, and so if you're finding it less consistent, you can just put like 1 or 2 of these in your deck. Once again, we're Warrior of Universe 7, which means all of our specific costs go away, so you can just play this for 2 energy colorless. So that's just like, if you find like you're not awakening as much as you should on turn 2, you can just put like 1 or 2 of these in your deck, and you get there. Let's see, Beerus biding his time. You know, since we have red yellow multicolors in our energy with these guys, this isn't a bad card. It's just a 15k crit, and so just more like for 1 energy is fantastic. That's so if you want to run that, that's good. Fearless Pan, barrier blocker, can be run off of familiar bonds and gives everything plus 5k and double strike, including red leader cards. So your red leader is a 20k double strike crit. So just like if you find like you need more pressure on your opponent, this is a great card for that. Vegeta, I'm not sure about this one, but you know, active battle, choose up to 1 of your Universe 7 and Universe 6 battle cards. It gets plus 6k until the end of the it's plus 6k power until the end of your next turn. Then play this card from your hand. So you just get like 20k out. I don't think this is super good. It was a Universe 7, honestly. Topo can be good. It's not fantastic since we're playing really aggressive. We don't really need to run him, but if you feel like you do, he's good for getting like rid of cards in our hand that we can't use, like additional copies of SS4 and all that. So he's good, and he can become a 20k. Super Saiyan Vegeta, same kind of thing. We do have a red leader, and it's also Universe 7, so if you're able to get like a 6, like, you know, a sweet combo would be having this and then, you know, active battle. You can go into this Vegeta, and it gives, you know, plus 5k, gets to 25. It's probably pretty janky, but, you know, just another option. And then lastly, Beerus. We're not running quite enough yellow right now. You probably have to put in some more Master Roshis and probably something else, but this is just a good card in general. If you ever wanted to be more kind of mid-rangey, I think this would be a good card for that. Some additional cards that I thought of right when talking about this would be, let's see, red battle cards. So we can do cards like, let's see, GT. Where is he? Yeah, intensifying power trunks. I think he's pretty good. If you know, if you find that you have just too much cards in your life consistently, then you can just plop him down, get a 15k crit. You can also probably think about Kaba as well. Which one? Where's the Kaba? Yeah, saying Kaba would also be a good idea. Same kind of thing. It's just for 1 energy, you get, you know, some self awakening which we don't need, but we don't get hurt by it. And then lastly, I swore I put this card in there, but I didn't. Is the secret rare hyper. So so the reason that I don't put this there immediately is we can EX evolve him on the same turn of, you know, you drop triple flash. But if you just happen to drop triple flash and then you wait a turn and then plop this down, you can. So that's something. This deck can also, you know, surely go into this engine as well. Like if you want to fully commit into it, I think that's fairly possible. I just didn't do that. I felt like that was too much card commitment, and I like this kind of like Almighty Resistance. I think will win lots of games. So being able to just have this card in your deck, I think is good. Because you can just, like, you can EX evolve on top of another 7, like you can EX evolve chain these turn by turn just for 1 red energy. You get another one down and draw 2 more cards. So like it's for 1 energy, go +2, or what, +1? Yeah, +1, you got 30k out. But I think that's all I want to talk about this deck. I think it's good, and it's a good shot. We don't really have any knowledge of any of the cards that have been released yet, or, you know, will be released in Set 9 yet. So this is definitely a pretty early look on it, but I think this is a good start, and I think this leader is going to be pretty good for really kind of aggressive plays and play style. So that's going to be it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this deck, and I'll catch you all next time.